Yeah, another tough Big East game. Like all but the Xavier game, pretty much games we've been in right there and a play here or there at the end. But I thought our guys had a good few days of work. I thought there was a great attention to detail and focus tonight. I thought, especially starting the game, guys played with great effort and energy defensively. And we've made a big emphasis on challenging shots. And so our guys are really contesting some shots early. But those guys are disciplined. They pump faked and they got some good ones. But, I thought our guys responded. Seeing that 39% field goal defense is our goal, to see that number at 40 is a step in the right direction for us. Some things we can clean up late. We'll watch it. We'll learn from it and continue to get better. And, watch this Marquette game here tonight and get ready to get to Milwaukee on Sunday.
Oswin, how desperate was this basketball team?
I wouldn't use the word desperate, but we definitely needed a win to help us. But I don't think we're gonna use the word desperate. But we happy we got the win. We needed it, and we got it. We worked hard for it, and basketball got rewarded. That's what it went.
Is it just defense and rebounding made the difference second half?
No, I think defensive rebounding and also offensive rebounding and just playing good defensive possessions.
Oswin, you didn't start, but when you came in, you hit the glass hard. Any motivation there, or just that's how the game played out?
Yeah, coach challenged me today. I wasn't, so I just took on my responsibility. Starting or coming off the bench, it don't really matter. I just got to do what I got to do to help the team win.
Stefan, what does it say about this group offensively? You don't have Jason, Jalen's in foul trouble, and you guys still scoring 93 points.
I think coaches have emphasized a lot that we have a really deep team. So I don't think it was a problem. Next guy up, and I want to just give a shout out to Nilovan, who, because of Jalen's foul trouble, he came in and he was a dog. He fought really hard, and all the guys just they gave their all. So yeah.
What do you have going with Oswin on those screen roll lobs? Do you see those in practice a lot?
I think Creighton's drop defense was bad, whenever I get to play drop, I usually enjoy it on my 6-7 guard, so I can either shoot it or I can just lob it out to O. And especially now, I was injured during the summer, so I'm getting my game back to how it was last year. So it's starting to drive more and more and relying less on a shot.
I got to ask you about the 6 men on the floor late in the game. Did it throw off your coverage at all? Were you even aware of it? That rarely happens, especially with that situation. So did your players notice it?
You're talking about the last play? Yeah. It confused us, and I haven't seen the replay. I want to watch it, but I remember that Mila was confused, what is going on, and they got a free off of that. So it was, but it's whatever. We got the win, so that's the most important thing.
Oswin, you've had your share of block shots. How would you evaluate the block that Jalen had on the dunk?
It was pretty impressive, but he's a very hard playing player, so I wasn't surprised he did that, but it was a pretty impressive block.
That's in the middle of a big run that you guys made. Just how much energy does a play like that give the rest of you?
No, when you see guys just relying on what coach tells us to do, it gives our team more juice to keep going, because it's when we do it, it works. So we just gotta consistently do it the whole game.
Steph, how nice just to get a home win. It's been a while.
It feels really good. He asked if we were desperate. I think we were hungry for that win, so it feels really good.
Any more questions? Thanks, guys.
So last year as well, Coach. You don't see that very often. The 6 men on the floor, and especially could have been impactful.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it on video yet, but I want to see and get clarification because I didn't know that it was 6, but I just knew a great shooter was open in the right corner. And I didn't even know who I was yelling at. I was yelling at someone to get to him. The ball got in. I was talking about, wanting to foul up 6 in that moment, to not allow it to be a one-possession game, which is a philosophical thing. We didn't do either. So I'll get clarification on the rule.
What did the refs say when you guys talked to them?
They said he got off the court. I'll have to see it and get clarification of what the rule is. I know football has to be off before the ball is snapped, but I don't know exactly what the rule is in basketball.
Can you recall the last time you saw that, especially in a key situation?
At Tulsa, no, I've seen 4 at Tulsa. I was an assistant at Tulsa, and we only had 4 guys out there on defense. And I just randomly threw a guy back in, and the ref stopped the game. And my head coach asked me if that was the right guy. And I did not know, but I said yes, and it actually was. So that's the last time I remember having less or more guys on the court.
Kim, how do you think he handled the last 3 minutes, especially with them throwing some zone at you? You guys don't see much zone.
Yeah, it was actually you have shades of the Connecticut game again. We play with a great tempo and pace, but being a pace team, there also comes a time in a game with the lead where you want to slow it down. And, so we wanted to slow it down, and then it was against the zone. So I thought it definitely took away some of our aggression. I thought we got some clean looks. Jalen got a good one, but some key offensive rebounds against the zone. Really, really proud of Oswin. I really, really challenged him and shoot around today. And he responded as good as I've seen him in his young career.
And I assume you were upset with his defense guarding 3. These guys shoot a lot of threes. He did have some better on-ball defense.
Yeah, we did. We challenged a lot of shots. I mean, as many, it's all we've been talking about. You challenge a shot. You give it all you have to contest a shot. We are last in the nation. We're in the bottom 1% of spot-up three-point defense, and we are going to fix that.
Can you nice to see the way you guys came out to start the second half?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was great. The message was exactly the same as it was to start the game, and we felt like if we could, they are as disciplined as a team as I've ever seen. They're 3rd in the nation in foul rate. They don't foul, but because they are so disciplined at the end of their drives, they don't reach, they don't hack, they stand down, they wall up. And some of our best possessions of the game tonight defensively were when we were simply disciplined. And that's credit to the guys. I mean, we can say it till we're blue in the face as coaches, but we got to get the intelligence onto the court. They got to do it. I can't play. As much as I would love to, I can't play. And those guys did it. They drove strong. They got fouls against a team that doesn't foul, and they were disciplined in moments and forced some tough shots.
And Kim, you played without basically your 2 leading scorers the whole game. Ed was out hurt and Sell was in foul trouble. Is that testimony to the rest of the guys on the team that they can get the job done too?
Yeah, I've joked internally with our guys. I feel like I'm a G League head coach. Different lineups help every game for the last 3 years. So I don't really overreact to availability. We built this team with great depth, knowing that some guys are going to miss a couple games, and our game goals don't change if someone's playing. Our guys that don't play a lot, they have a responsibility to stay ready. And we had a good week of work after a couple of really tough games. And I'm proud of our guys for responding. Really thankful and proud of our fans for continuing to show up. They aren't giving up on us, and that's so appreciative. As we're recruiting kids and sending them the updates of games, they're not seeing an empty Amica Mutual Pavilion. So got to give our fans a lot of credit and our guys a lot of credit.
Kim, you guys controlled the middle of the game today. How important was that, given how Creighton started and ultimately how they finished?
Yeah, it was great. It was with stops. They were at about 58% from the field with, I feel like, 10 minutes to go or so, and or at some point. And at some point, they were shooting it at a high clip. And to get them to 37 in the second half, while we were creating some good shots on offense, it's a good sign for us, as we move forward.
The on-ball defense picked up in that stretch. Is that something that you had to get into a rhythm to do, kind of like shooting, or?
No, defense. No, you pack your defense in a suitcase. You can have it every night. Rebounding, defense, your communication, how hard you play. I think desperate is a great word. That was my challenge to the guys. Not be cool. Be desperate. It's okay to be desperate. It's okay to be desperate.
Was that Jameer layup to go up 6 with under a minute? Was that like a no, yes moment with thinking you want to lead the clock a little bit?
Press break.
The press breaker. With him. We're watching him. We're watching him play. He sees things differently. He sees holes. He sees gaps and holes like a Stephen Ashworth sees passes. He's a special player with where he reads. He's going to see more of a wall as we go on. He'll learn, in order to make those passes. But our freshmen, we put a lot on them. We hold them to a really, really high standard. And when we recruited them, we told them we're going to let our guys play through mistakes. So freshman Jameer Jones, 33 minutes. Stefan Vaaks, 37 minutes as freshman. They're doing what we expected them to do.
How nice is to see Milovan impact the game, like he did, like the offensive rebound and then the assist to.
Yeah, an assist, a steal, and a rebound in 3 minutes. Not surprising at all. I trust him to the end. I know exactly what he's going to do when he gets in the game. I've been wanting to play him for weeks, but you just you got, sometimes as a coach you got to have some courage, and he does the right thing every single day in practice, and we've lost games from not doing the right thing. So, Brian Tabaldi had a talk with Tom Izzo the other day, and he shared what he said, and Tom Izzo said, play him. If you trust him, play him. What you got to lose? Is he's going to go for a shot fake? He's going to close out with his hands down? So proud of Nil, and all our guys just keep getting better.
In the last 26 minutes, they shot 34%. You dominated them in the glass. What's the key to replicating an extended stretch like that as you guys go forward?
Yeah, it's what works for us. For us, it's a high pickup point. As we look through the numbers, our defense is pretty good when we stop the ball in the backcourt. Our disallowing threes from shooters, and if a shooter does get a three, contesting it. If you're playing post defense, you're disciplined. You're disciplined, standing your ground. You're disciplined with your wall up, not hacking, not reaching. But we fouled a little bit too much. That was, I felt like in the first half, and moments they were in a double bonus with like 11 minutes to go, I think. So we needed to be disciplined defensively.
How close was Jason, or at all?
Yeah, he was progressing well leading up this week. I think he may have hurt it and shoot around. It didn't feel good and shoot around today. He met with our foot specialist tonight, and our medical team will try to get him right for Monday night in Milwaukee.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.